The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, The Order 1886. Hold triangle to continue.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. This is your host, Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And Joseph Gillier. Yes, and today we're going to be talking about The Order 1886 in lieu of the Assassin's Creed movie that we promised last time.
I wonder why.
Plethora of
Do
problems.
you actually want to wonder why? Because
That was a sarcastic I wonder why.
okay.
You know, I will say though,
I forget
that
you have to explain sarcasm to Joe.
there are like no showings for this fucking movie left.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
just really crappy.
We decided to watch it as it's leaving theaters.
Yeah. You know, I will say though, it is not the worst movie I've seen this year. That goes to Independence Day Resurgence by far.
Worse than FF15, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess,
That
are
was
you talking
last
about
year.
2017?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far this year, yeah.
Oh, all right.
If I was talking about last year, you know what would be the worst movie.
No, I don't.
What would be the worst movie last year, Caleb?
Well, the worst movie I saw last year was I, Frankenstein, which is the worst movie. The worst movie I've seen in my life.
That is for me too. It's a pretty bad movie.
It makes Kingsglaive look like a
and isn't it fucking weird that a movie made in like 2014 is worse than Double Dragon? It's worse than watching Double Dragon.
What? Is it really?
Yes, Frankenstein is.
It's
shit.
way worse than Double Dragon. It's not even funny.
There's nothing like to laugh about because it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's just this movie is awful, and you just do not enjoy the whole time.
Yeah, it hurts. It fucking hurts. So does Independence Day Resurgence, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
Is it just the lack of Will Smith, or it's just
Dude,
generally a terrible movie?
One thing I said. Okay, so first off, it's sort of one of those liberal scum movies because we have a female president, right? Which I'm fine with. But the scientist guy that was like dead from the first movie, he was like, release me.
Yeah, that guy being alive. You told me that. I was like, what?
Yeah, he's alive and kicking and taking it up the ass.
Yeah, he's alive, kicking, and gay the whole time. He's a gay guy.
Yeah,
And
they
like,
went back and wrote in there he was gay.
Yeah, and I swear to God, the whole movie, it's like, bring your script to work day. Like, they didn't fucking check anything. They're like, you know what? We have to shoot this thing in the next week. Fuck it. We need 200 minutes of script. Fucking just say what you want for the movie, and we'll keep it. It's a free reign. This thing is just a fucking a cash cow, which it did not succeed at being a cash cow, by the way. Fucking thing flopped. But yeah, it was like bring your own script to work day is what they said, I think.
I don't think it would have flopped if it had Will Smith in it.
I think it would have done better, and I think would the actual movie be written better if Will Smith was in it? They explain him not being in the movie as like, then it's such a fucking bad way.
Yeah, they're like, he died test piloting a new vehicle. I'm like,
So
the guy flew
they
a
didn't just
fucking-
replace him with another actor? I thought that one guy looked like Will Smith.
No, that's so. And the story says that's his son.
Yeah,
that's
his
Will Smith's
son,
son.
yeah.
And it's funny because he's walking into the White House to talk to the president, and he stops at a fucking portrait photo of his dad outside the room. He just like stands and stares at it reverently for a minute.
Yeah.
And the president lady comes up. She's like, "Yeah, he did a lot for this country." And they walk in and have their meeting. And later you find
first
out
movie was
he was test piloting in one of their new planes and died in that. And that's why he's not in the movie.
Yeah, it's horse shit.
Yeah.
Wait, he died test piloting a plane?
Yeah,
he died
did.
test piloting.
Bullshit.
I know.
I remember his character from that first movie. He can't die test piloting a plane. Come on.
And Bill Pullman's speech is garbage compared to the first movies. Like,
Oh,
they
he
didn't
has
even-
another
Yeah.
speech?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like trash. Everyone's like, eh.
Oh, you know that speech just taken from the St. Crispin's Day speech
Yeah.
from Henry V, right?
Yeah, but you know what? No, and they use a lot of the same lines from the first
Dude, it's
movie, but
almost
it's like
side by
emotionless.
side. It's like rip off the lines, and
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
not carry the same weight. Like, you know, the part where we're dropping like flies out here. It's same exact fucking line.
Yeah, the same plot almost too
yeah.
to the whole film, and it's like really
Wait, there's aliens in it?
yeah.
No way.
It's like really futuristic though, like crazy. Like we harnessed alien
it's
technology.
like in the 20 years after our entire civilization was devastated, we're now more advanced than we ever were before.
Yeah, and I'm like,
our economies were crushed and
Oh.
civilizations perished, but no, we're fucking ready to go.
My favorite part of that movie is when the British guy is like, it's the Americans. The other guy's like, oh, it's about bloody time. That part made me die. Oh, because
we just come steal the day.
oh my god, it's just so over the top. Like
Yeah.
pro-American.
Yeah, it's awesome though. It's awesome.
It was so fucking pro-American.
You know what though? In
Like
this,
the rest of the world just
July
can't
4th is
handle
no longer
anything.
a day for America, but
I
a
mean,
day
I guess-
for the world of
yeah.
our independence.
you know, it is called Independence Day. It's
Yeah.
July 4th. Sort
Yeah,
of
no,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a very.
I love that they didn't just make Bill Pullman like Emperor of the World though. I'm like, what are people doing? And then there's an alien ship that's the size of like the Atlantic Ocean
Yeah.
that lands on the planet and nothing happens.
Yeah, no,
That would
tsunami
disrupt
happens.
so much shit.
No, dude, that's the whole thing where the father dude's on
Okay,
the boat.
yeah, the tsunami
and,
happens.
and the tsunami destroys the whole East Coast, is what they said.
Right, the tsunami happens,
Yeah.
but there's no like effect on the orbit. There's no effect on any of that
I think
shit.
that's like too much advanced stuff. Oh, our orbit's thrown off by point something percent.
No, it would be thrown off hardcore. That fucking thing lands and it's like, ah!
So this thing, the ship is so big that the top part of it is outside of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
as it lands.
They're like, dude, we're going to make this fucking
and
ship
it's drilling a
huge.
fucking mile wide diameter hole into the fucking crust in the Atlantic
Yeah, yeah.
Ocean, and they stop it right before it reaches the molten
the
core.
molten core.
Wait.
That is something that is said like 7 times in this movie. They're like, Earth's molten,
when someone's-
iron molten core. And I'm like,
So when someone fucking talks about the Earth and its composition, like, oh yeah, in the core, it's made of molten iron, right? Yeah, the core of the Earth. People don't say, yes, the molten core. Every
Yeah.
time it's like almost fucking sensual. They're after our molten
yeah, no,
core.
it's like a fucking 5-year-old that's...
It's like 10
Sweet
more minutes
molten
until
core.
they reach it. They reach our molten core.
Yeah, they
Our
keep
molten
saying it.
core.
I'm like, God, everyone knows it's molten. It's like you guys are kids trying to get to the center of the fucking Tootsie Pop. Like, get that molten Tootsie Roll in the middle.
They just learned a new
They
word and they
fucking-
gotta say it all the
They
time.
fucking overuse
Yeah,
the,
molten.
every time they talk about how close are they to our molten core.
And it's like, God, guys, like,
Just say the core. We all know it's fucking molten. You don't have to keep saying that.
And even if we didn't, you've said it 6 times already. We're pretty fucking sure it's molten at this point.
It's like he's getting off to that word. It's all fucking
Yeah.
molten.
It's like moist, molten.
Nice and hot.
So,
wait, it is literally the size of the Arctic
It
Ocean.
is
Yeah, it's-
3. So they said, oh, there's an object approaching Earth. It's 3,000 miles in diameter. And so they had like a picture of the moon, and it's huge. It's dwarfing the moon as it's coming towards us.
yeah, dude. Yeah. And like, it's like constantly entering the atmosphere while as it sits on top of the planet. God, dude, fucking A. I also watched that Ghostbusters movie, which was not as bad.
Yeah.
But still not great.
But
Pretty fucking lame at times. And like, God, the skinny chick.
he's talking about
hate
the
her.
he's talking about the I'm not okay. I can't say whether or not she is, but she has this crazy hairdo and this weird personality and does things way over the top.
Cameron's pretty sure she's lesbian. is what I'm saying. We're not 100% sure.
What are you? Who? Which one?
The crazy girl, the mad
skinny
scientist
one, yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the movie.
Okay, but she's
Do you
wearing.
know
she's-
the name of the comedian? Okay,
fucking-
don't worry about it.
Okay.
yet. Okay. All right.
It's not the main chicks. It's not Melissa McCarthy or Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen.
She's the
whatever.
crazy haired
the other one.
scientist. Yeah, the one who's like over the top gung ho for everything.
Yeah. She's pretty funny sometimes, but
Yeah.
most of the time I'm like really irritated. So Surprisingly, not a disaster of a movie that I kind of liked when I was a kid. So that was nice. Next, we'll get Face Off 2.
I begrudgingly have to admit it was pretty funny.
And I'll just cry. Like, dude, no.
I would pay $100 for Face Off.
You hear that? You can get every fan of Face Off to pay you $100, Woo.
It's got to still have all the actors, and it has to still have John Woo directing. Because if anything, it'll still be awesome, no matter how stupid it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
oh man,
what has everybody been playing?
Yeah.
I've been playing some more Disgaea 5, Hitman, and Last Guardian.
Okay.
You mean since 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Are you done, Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Are you fucking done?
Yeah, the 3 games, the
done
only
yet?
ones you played in the last 2 days, you piece of shit.
I played a little. I think did I play? No, I did not play any Last Guardian. What I played was a little bit of Star Wars Bounty Hunter, and I played The Order 1886.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
I played...
It's weird. Today's episode is called The Order 1886.
Yeah.
Super fun.
I
Wasn't even
wonder-
a planned review.
I wonder
No,
who
it wasn't.
played it. Not myself, of course. I only played Last Guardian. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's very good to look at. It's a very pretty game, and it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff that you do in the game that I'm like, am I really going to do that? And then I do it. Like the tail mechanic has come to my aid multiple times.
There was this one part where where Caleb just fucking gave up. He did the sprint, run, and jump. The whole thing went slow mo, and he's just like,
Yeah, I had the controller on the ground. I'm just watching as my dude just falls.
and then the fucking tip of the beast's tail comes in, he snags it. Just it's like, what? How is that fucking possible?
Yeah, I thought I was dead. And then I made it. No, it's crazy with that shit, though. It's very interactive. Sometimes it's frustrating with the beast because he's
a beast.
He's hard to control. But it's been fun so far. I'm excited to review it in a little bit. A week? Yeah, a week.
Yeah, fuck.
Something like that. Right?
Yeah, a week and a half.
So I have to beat it before you guys get back. And when are you going to beat it, Joe?
The week after.
No,
So we had 2 weeks.
All right. So Caleb has to beat it before you guys go, is what you're saying.
That was the plan.
Ah, man, I have to beat it tomorrow. Huh?
Yeah. That's what happens when we all fucking share a game. The neighborhood bicycle.
Yeah.
I keep saying, "Hey Joe, let's just buy it and we'll share it." And Joe's like, "No, I want money."
Well, we all want money.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I gave you money, you didn't use it, and then I needed money, so I wanted my money back. You fucking didn't buy the game. You had like 6 days to buy it.
Hey, I was going to buy it when I got paid, and when I got paid, you wanted your
got
money
paid
back.
before then.
No, when you handed me the money, I didn't have my half ready to go.
Oh, you said
Yeah, but
you
you
had
had-
like you said you were going to get it in 2 days, and it was past that.
Oh yeah, and then I went shopping that day, but for like food and not video game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's the reason he needed money.
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine, though. I'll just try to beat it either tomorrow.
You're supposed to be able to beat it in 5 hours. I mean, there's a trophy for it. So.
Well, I mean, yeah,
If
but
you know what the fuck you're doing.
yeah, that's not.
I'm just saying it's
What do
possible.
you think?
I think I'm about like a third of the way done from what I've seen. So
Okay.
yeah, it's probably going to take you like 12
slow
hours.
going. Yeah.
But
That's
I don't know because it has it broken up. I looked at a guide yesterday just to see where I was, and
It would be hard to like, oh yeah, I'm at this point, because it's just like a lot of the same puzzle type stuff. Oh, I need to climb over here, climb over there, and all.
It had it broken down into a bunch of different pieces though, and it's like, oh, the part where you do this. or you do
There's a
that.
lot of stuff that's kind of unique in the game that you could use as like markers for where you're at.
Yeah, so I was able to find where I was. But I don't know. I think I'm getting faster at the game because you just kind of get used to all the mechanics and you just go. So
Kind of notice all the little puzzle things.
yeah, it's not too tough. But
Yeah. I remember a Game Informer magazine from like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago.
Talking about Last
Talking
Guardian
about Last Guardian and all this exclusive stuff and how it's going to come out next year. And
for PS3.
for PS3, yep.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Good times.
Yeah, back when it was a game that we were going to get to play.
That must have been
Well,
nice.
now it's a game we have to play. So
True.
This week I played nothing because we're recording this 2 days after our previous thing. I don't have Last Guardian. I don't have Final Fantasy 13-2 on me either. I haven't had time to go up and go get that game, and so I've played no video games.
Well, I guess
None of the three that you got to be playing.
Yeah, I guess I do have a Zestria over there.
Yeah, Zestiria is supposed to be a 40-hour game, by the way, for campaign, is how long to beat estimates. Woo! Yeah, so we got some gaming in front of us, and it's not 13-2. It's not 13-2. It's Zestria and fucking Last Guardian, and then we could do 13-2. So that's going to be... Yeah. Yeah, and then you get a break, but I go again after the movie review, I guess. So I get a little bit of a respite, if you can call Mortal Kombat Annihilation a respite, which I'm not sure if you can. But I suppose the important question to ask now is, has anyone beaten a game this week? There, take that. Take the overpowering drop.
No, I haven't beat a game in the last 3 days, so... I have beat a game in the last 3 days.
Shit. Where is our hog?
Cameron's
thing?
on like double time.
Well, there was a reason why I needed to fucking beat a game in 3 days, so... Well, it's a good thing it was a
Cameron
shorter
is
one,
on a tear.
I did pick a game that I've heard to be shorter because we needed one beaten in time to do it.
Well, we didn't.
episode,
We could have done
so-
something else, but
We could have. Yeah,
This is good.
sure have. It's fine.
Yeah, we got space. All right, so one for Cameron. I didn't beat anything either. So as of right now, for 2017, King Hog, Caleb Craig at 3 games. Yes. Me and Cameron tied for second with 2, and Joe bringing up the rear with 1. So pretty close.
Did you ever put that poll up?
What was Joe's one?
Oh, fuck, I totally forgot to do that poll.
No.
We'll do it this week.
All right. There's a poll on the new episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Please,
you're referencing
Parasite Eve Flight.
Parasite Eve.
Yeah,
Flight,
referencing
yes.
the last episode. Yeah, so cool. Good job on the hog, guys. It's kind of a quiet start, I guess. But, I mean, we got a lot of year ahead of us, so. Yeah,
That's true, yeah. I don't know how that's a quiet start, dude. It's third week of January. What are you talking
that's
about?
quiet.
3 games in the first month.
I feel almost silenced by this. I only have 2. And I feel like I'm not showing up to work.
2 games a month is like still 24 games.
I remember your New Year's resolution was to have a better king or better hog than Caleb Craig.
That's
You
true.
only had that for like a week.
Yeah, fuck you. That's what I say. We do have a quick question here on the forums.
Let's answer it.
Just one?
Actually, it's not really a question. So
What is it more like?
it's more like pain to their ears, but we've kind of
Pain to their ears?
we mixed up some scores on a nude hog, I think. Yeah, nude hog, and that's too late. But whoever it was didn't win, so sorry, Gary. Sorry, Matunica. Fucked it up. So we did get a complaint about the audio levels, and I know we had an episode of Ultima that doesn't sound very good, and we've already talked about that like a million times. But with Nude Clan,
Was that in the Nude Clan area?
yeah, it is.
What?
Yeah, they say don't play a song in the background so loudly that we can't hear you all, or so our ears won't bleed.
We don't play songs in the background of this show.
And then they said balance your audio, so if you do play a drop in song, it doesn't completely drown out the hosts. But that's the point of the drops for us. The marksmanship, the showmanship of the show isn't our voices, it's the bore.
Could have been the bore, the people following us, and that's why.
Yeah.
Overbearing.
It could be that, but the
Or he
bore...
could have just posted it in the wrong section of the forum at Ultima Final Fantasy and didn't hear the end of the year episode.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, we know the audio mix was kind of garbage in that one. It's not a big deal. We know when we fuck up. There's like only been a couple throughout the history of the shows, though. Like FF9, we did some experimenting. Super Sexy sounds like shit about half the time because something goes wrong. Something is like Joe used the mic the day before and I didn't check sound levels. Or and it's like a wall of sound when I get into the editing thing. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like there's not a second where there's not full blasted sound. So yeah, it sounds like ass, but for the most part, we figured that out. And other than the occasional full block of sound. Yeah, so
or if it's exported into too small a file.
yeah, that
And then it
starts
sounds
to that kills it too, which is my fault as well. So I had the default set as 56 instead of 64, and it does sound wispy.
Yep.
So,
All right. Well, on that disappointing and depressing note, let's talk about the
Order 1886.
The Order 1981.
1981.
Wait, is that not what it is?
Ooh,
No.
trailer time, baby. This was OG trailer too.
A war without end requires a soldier without end.
Grave, we're in position! Move up!
I once believed it.
Take his arms.
But in this age, the convictions of a knight hold little comfort. Not when I fight those I once bled to protect.
Go!
And still bleed to protect a peace that was lost long ago.
Graham Lafayette, I'll need you to provide cover.
As we wrest hollow victories on the streets of London. The hidden enemy readies our defeat. I can smell you, human.
Look out!
Tell us about 1886.
The Order.
The Order 1896.
Man, are you ever going to get it right?
Yeah. No.
Never go to get it.
All right. Well, the development, there's not really much to it. Basically, the game started.
It's not really much to it. I mean, they just kind of shout this game out.
It's sort of only the best looking game ever. Not much to it. Nothing crazy.
There's not a whole lot for the development history. I mean, they said that they started development for it back in 2010. And then they didn't. They announced it at E3 in 2013. And then the go ahead for really getting the game developed started with when Uncharted 2 Among Thieves was released. They decided that they would.
That game was released Among Thieves only, or what?
No, it came out after, but that game is what made them decide to go full ahead with the development.
Just right over his head.
What?
Nothing, man. I made a joke.
Fuck you.
No, it wasn't only put
You're
out
making
Among
Caleb
Thieves.
turtle. You're making him turtle.
You can't fucking make jokes. Okay, so
I'm sorry. What is this show? A serious show?
yeah.
Well, fuck, we'd do some editing or some shit if that were the case, and maybe people would bring in their write-ups every once in a while.
Yeah. Perhaps some writing.
And then not copy and paste from Wikipedia.
Although, I mean, if we're going to be so liberal with the usage of reading, I don't see why we can't do the same for writing. Plagiarism, fuck it. Control C, Control V, bitch. I hit 4 keys. I wrote it.
What does that have to do with our fucking loose definition of reading?
No, because it's not the same. But it is the copying, the transcribing of words onto a page, just not your own.
Well, then talking would be the equivalent.
I guess talking would be more appropriate.
Yeah, talking would be the equivalent, yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Yeah, the silent speech is where we just write on a piece of paper and hand it out. And then that's giving a speech right there.
Yeah. Jesus.
So it was made by the same people who did God of War, is that right?
Yeah, it was made by Ready at Dawn and Santa Monica Studios.
Which God of War?
All of them.
All of them.
All for 5 or 6. 6.
Yeah, there's 6 now.
Oh, so they don't put off the spin-offs to another team.
I don't know if it's not another team, but it is the same company as far as I
Yeah,
know.
it might have been like a minor team to handle the like PSP ones.
May have been, but someone else will know more information on that than we will.
Probably.
Like specifically their development for it. But there's not really much for the development of the Order. When it came out, there was a lot of
It
like
was a very small fart in the wind.
yeah.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it was a big deal. A lot of people were really talking this game up. I mean, I remember it being like, oh man, I need to get a PS4 because the Order is coming out. It was this big fucking thing, and I was like, I'm probably not going to buy it right away because I'm like, a peasant at this time. I didn't have a PS4, and I was looking, and that was one of the ones that Cody, our great friend Cody, was trying to convince me to buy a PS4 for, and I'm like, nah, dude, I don't know. It looks really pretty, but if it's like a 4-hour game, I'm not interested in buying a PS4 for it. So,
Well, one of the things that it was like really heavily praised for was the graphics of the game and like the technical achievements that it did with like the flawless.
It's incredible.
Like
But for some reason, the whole game is displayed in letterbox format.
Including the gameplay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a problem?
It makes it feel like you're taking part in a movie. So, with a little
How many
filter
other
on there at
games
the
have
top.
done that?
I don't know.
That's
It's
really
not-
interesting.
I heard that
it's
the
not
letterbox format
commonplace,
was also to kind of help the frame rate too, because you have two little pieces cut off the game screen. But that might just be a rumor on the internet.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
It's a really just. There's these scenes that you see because they fucking force you to see them, but where you just see the city spread out below you with the sun shining just right. It just like the detail level is incredible.
Yeah, and before the game was actually released, there was like a 5-hour full-length playthrough of the game that had leaked online before anybody had gotten a chance to play it or anything.
5-hour.
Well, I guess they just kind of like speed through it or something. Like when that happened, the people who made it came out with a statement saying that it was really supposed to take like around 10 hours, which is not true.
Not true at all.
Yeah.
5 hours does not surprise me. I mean, 2 hours of it you can't help because you're watching a fucking cut screen. But
$10 an hour of gameplay. You buy this game.
That's
new?
a gripe later. That's a gripe. That's a gripe for when we're rating the categories. So
don't you steal us thunder.
the cost category.
Yeah, it took me about 6 hours to beat it.
I think that's pretty much what I did too.
Yeah, and Caleb's awful at games, so I mean, take
you.
that into consideration.
I am not. If anyone is, it's Joe.
I'll admit it though.
Yeah.
That's the difference between you and I.
Well, I'm fucking good at games.
What games?
Signed.
I am fucking better than
completed,
you at Modern
mailed.
Warfare 3.
Oh, that is not true.
Yes, it is. Every time you and I played together, I beat your fucking ass.
Look, man, when I'm
got you
drunk to the
raw.
point where I'm blind, you can beat me.
You fucking... I beat you
When I have so
sober,
much-
I beat you drunk, I beat you all the time.
When I have so much alcohol in my system that I'm not even sure if I'm still alive, then maybe you could beat me in Modern
Yeah, I'm
Warfare
pretty
3.
sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb.
What about League of Legends?
League of Legends? No,
Hey, what
Caleb-
about that, you fuck?
Caleb
What
was
about
better than me in that
Civilization?
one. In Civ? I beat him at Civ.
I think we're
beat
all
all
pretty,
of you at Civ.
we're all pretty evenly based in Civ, actually. That's probably the most fair
I don't
game.
think I've won a match in Civ though.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to think. I don't remember ever winning one. I don't think.
Who's won the most for Civ?
Probably Schweiss.
Yeah, I think so. There was that one time that I had satellites in like 1906. It was
Oh, yeah. You had the fucking science win really fucking early.
yeah, and then those Joe Japs were coming for me, and I just dropped a nuke on my own soil. It was awesome because, like, during war, like, we were totally doing our turns at the same time, and I saw his dudes just like inching forward, and I was like, "Yeah, let's get this out of here." It's fucking everybody dead. I totally did not need to do it because they were like samurais and shit.
Oh, didn't you fuck up your own shit with that nuke?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had some radiation on my town, my main city. I'm killing my own people.
Overkill to just get rid of his army.
Yeah,
I want to fucking play Civ again. It's been so long.
I know.
Yeah, I want to play Civ 6, but
Dude.
they didn't vote it.
Yeah.
Oh man, one reason I want to play Civ 6.
Okay,
is
these
'cause
are
they
your
got-
options for the next one. It's either Civilization 1, 2, 3,
Or 6.
or 6.
Yeah. Which one? And then they just do Civ 1, and we're like, fuck!
That would be the way it goes. But
Yeah.
no, like Civ 6 has a religious win. So I want to fucking get out all my clergymen and convert you guys like I always do in
Yeah.
fucking Civ. I love doing that.
You know, with the problem with the religious win is they're no longer safe when they come near you. Like when I see your little fucking missionaries coming at my town, they're dead.
Dude, they're gonna spread
religious
the
win
word.
happened in real life?
Maybe like religious conquers if you're doing like 1v1s.
Well, yeah, that's all part of like
Crusade
war,
style-
though.
style stuff.
At that point, it's
Yeah. Like a total world domination? No, I don't think so.
I wonder how a religious one would work. You just convert everyone to your religion and now they're pacifists towards you?
I have no idea how it works, but I am excited to try it.
Maybe they win and then you just kind of assimilate like you're fucking supposed to.
Maybe you just like become part.
Yeah.
Just like it becomes like a team effort.
And then what if, no. What if he loses, but all of his assets are your assets now? And then
That'd be
you can
cool.
use that to conquer other people.
That would be sweet.
That would be
I think
the
it
only
would-
fucking way to do it if that's true.
I think it would be more fun if you could cause like economic problems within their area because
Fucking
of your
bribe
religious.
people to cause economic problems.
Yeah, you can like fuck up
Like
the.
you're funding the proxy war with Joe in the city state.
yeah, just like that.
That's not. That is real shit.
I was funny. I was amazed at how much stuff they were pumping out. I was like, man, these guys could probably take me out at this point. This fucking like 4 square little city state just pulling out tanks every turn. They got away with coin, man. They got a good market they're buying from. I can't buy that
I
shit.
remember that. Joe was like getting so pissed. How many turns did you waste trying to fight that city state?
I don't know.
I don't think he ever took it either. But I was friends with them, so they were like, dude, help. And I was like, all right, well, keep it on the down low. I'll give you a hand, but you can't say anything. I'm not going to publicly denounce anybody here.
Joe's like, are you funding that fucking city state?
That's too good. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Civ.
Yeah. God, man, I had such a good economy in that game. I could do it forever, too.
All right, so back to the game at hand.
Yes. Cam, you want to get into the story for
All right.
1886?
So the story is something I actually like a lot. The story starts out with you as Sir Galahad, and he's a part of the Order of the Knights of the Round Table
In 1886?
in 1886.
Yeah.
So way back in the day, King Arthur.
Just a sec.
So
It'll
just
explain
wait,
itself.
No.
Way back in the day,
No.
fucking shut up, okay? Way back in the day, King Arthur starts. He creates the Order of the Round Table and all of his knights, and in their questing, they do find something that looks like the Grail. It's like a large fountain, almost like a basin, like about that big around, and inside of it is what they call the Black Water. Now, the Black Water has some interesting stuff. It does. It heals you if you drink it soon enough after getting injured, and it makes you live longer. So the Sir Galahad you are playing is actually the third of that name, and he's already been alive a couple of centuries.
Yeah, so basically, in the modern sense, where they're at, they have like an order that they use to fight non-human creatures that are trying to take over humanity.
Yeah.
So like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that,
Oh my.
and they take over the names of the Knights of the Round Table.
So as Caleb interjected,
As
the
like the
main
inner
evil are the half-breeds, the vampires and werewolves, and they do bring London to its knees every so often.
I'm liking this. All right, keep going.
And whenever a knight dies, either from old age or from injuries, another person is raised up to be a knight, and they take on their name as a title. So Sir Galahad, his real name is Grayson, but his title is Sir Galahad, Knight of the Round Table. So 1886 London, it is the Order and everyone else are fighting against the rebels, right? The rebels who are trying to disrupt the way things happen, right? Everyone has a British accent, so you just want to hear them say rebel scum. So you're fighting against the rebels, and every so often you come across these half-breeds, and you know something's going on. You and your mentor that you're fighting with, something just doesn't quite add up as you're going through these stages and their quick time events and all sorts of stuff like that. And eventually you unearth this conspiracy. Where I'm just gonna, should I spoil it or no spoilers?
Just spoil it.
Yeah.
Where the Lord Hastings, who is in charge of the East India Company, that war unit, in Britain, he's actually a vampire, and he is sending vampires to the New World, the Americas, to infect that area to get that like a bastion of half-breeds. In this game, werewolves and vampires are friends with each other because they're both half-breeds and they help each other out. So the whole story is you unearthing this treasonous plot, and you're finding out that one of the Knights of the Round Table, the son of the Chancellor of the Knights of the Round Table, is a half-breed himself.
Wait, so is this a prequel to what is that? Interview with a Vampire?
No.
Okay.
Not
okay. I needed to ask.
Have you even seen that movie?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
It's very odd.
I like that movie.
Because you uncovered this treason, they framed you for being the traitor, even though you weren't, so you're kicked out of the Order. And at the end of it, you confront the real traitor, and you kill him in front of his father, because his father tells you to do so. And that's the end of the game. Then you're presented with an end-of-the-game cutscene where you are still in London, and it really opens it up for a sequel.
Did the game do well enough for a sequel?
That's the thing.
It did okay, but it wasn't really a big moneymaker.
I don't think it earned its rights to create a sequel. What it feels like is like a prelogue.
Well, they
to
did
a
say
real
they were
game.
done with God. They did say they were done with God of War, and now we're getting a new one. So I'm starting to think that maybe they were like, "Oh shit, this is not going to work out. We got to do God of War again."
What they said is the story that they started in God of War 1 is done. They said it in that dickhole way, so
they pulled. Remember when it was just going to be the Halo trilogy?
Yeah.
And they said, we are done. My God, can someone actually be done when they say they're fucking done? Because then we can like, oh wow,
put a plug in that
3
thing.
Halo games.
For me, Halo is done.
Or like you could go, remember those
done,
3 God of War games? They were amazing.
We need to go remove.
And the people who made it, the geniuses who made it, make something new.
We need to remove Halo's uterus. Is what we need to do.
No, they fucking
just keeps pumping
They
out
fucking
games.
transplanted Halo from one studio to another to still pump out games.
They split its soul, and then you go into the new world and you see like the little like baby thing underneath the chair, like squirreled up.
Either that or
that's Halo 5.
I tried playing Halo 4, and I couldn't do it. I just could not get into Halo 4.
I'm going to have to nominate it one of these days.
Oh, God. I could not get into Halo 4.
I'd never beat 3, I don't think.
I never beat 3 either.
3's a fucking awesome online game, though.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck campaign, I'm playing this shit online. I'm going SWAT,
anyway,
baby.
I just wish that they would just end a series when they're...
when they say they will and start something new. The only problem with the Order
Fantasy.
1886, and we're going to start scoring this, to me it feels like a showing of what the game could be, like a long preview or a long demo is what it felt like. And then the real game should be coming anytime, right? No, that was the first game. And yeah, we can go into rating it.
Well, so one of the things that was said by one of the directors of the game was that the game was set up to be like a world builder game. So it's like they didn't plan on it being like a solo. They want to make sequels for it. So I kind of hope they do.
I hope they do too. I hope they learn from some of the stuff here and make an awesome game, because I'm telling you, the environment is amazing to look at and the story is really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, and as far as like the game length, another thing was said about it was that
we ran out of quick time events.
No, the one of the guys who made it said that it was more like a question of quality over quantity. So he said that just because a game is shorter doesn't mean that it's not as good as one that's longer. And he said that just because I love that you're the one saying this. Why? Because you're
Funny.
It's an analogy.
for what?
Oh, you know what, big boy?
Do I?
Yeah, you're like, it's more about quality, not quantity.
Not the size.
Sizes and everything.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
about
I'm
how-
fucking massive.
It's not.
No, I get it.
It's the
Cameron
motion
was
of
laughing
the.
at something else. And
Because
then-
I was laughing at his fake ass laugh. It was like he was like, because I was chuckling, and so I thought I was like, haha, funny, yeah. But no, he's actually laughing at something pretty funny. Do you get it, Caleb?
I fucking
Okay.
It's
understand.
You're kidding,
Cam.
big boy?
It's the motion in the ocean, right, Craig? Right? Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
It's true. He doesn't
You're
know.
acting like I would know, but I don't.
Oh man. All right, fine. We'll get you a nice Newark girl out there.
Anyway,
Yeah. You want to see my tits?
yes.
Yeah.
not if she talks like that.
Look, man.
Oh, so you're not looking at her lungs?
Yeah. Thank God for that. I mean, you might actually see one if you get far enough.
Please do not talk dirty to me. Your voice is what I imagine a gutter would sound like if it could talk.
though. Yeah, it sounds like a drain inside of my house.
Oh man,
Anyway,
it's not about the size.
it's not a.
All right, so basically, he said that just because like a movie is 3 hours long doesn't mean that it's like superior to like other shorter movies.
Oh, but this is
usually,
such a
yeah.
different thing. This is such a different thing. This is a video game. This is like people expect content to be there. That's a whole different ballpark.
Well, we'll get to gameplay in a second, but
okay.
what did you think of the story by itself?
If it's like, if I was reading this and it was a well written book, and so far the story itself seemed well written in my opinion. So if I'm just judging the story by itself, I could give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
As a story.
All right.
I think I would give it a 7. I really enjoyed the story for it, but there were a lot of problems. Like they kind of left too much
They
open
left a lot
for
of
a
blanks,
sequel.
but I felt,
yeah.
So it wasn't a complete thing, on its own.
It wasn't complete. They definitely left
You know
it
how-
open.
you know
for
how a
That's
more.
a
story-
problem that seems to happen a lot, where they're like, we're definitely going to do a trilogy, so we might as well make this half a movie
because it feels like this was just the
or
beginning.
half a game.
There's a beginning,
Yeah.
middle, and end. This feels like the prologue.
This is like the opening. This is the
long as a
opening
prologue.
crawl. That's what this is.
I mean, it was an 8 out of 10 prologue.
Yeah, it was. It got me like really interested. I'm waiting for the meat of the story, though. It's still not there yet. So yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty strong. Like one of the guy that Cam was talking about that turned out to be like a half breed was like one of Galahad's best friends.
Yep.
And in the end of the
He was
game,
kind of a dick,
like,
though.
well, yeah. In the end, they kind of like reconcile because he realizes that he has to die and Galahad has to be the one to kill him. So like the final thing is Galahad standing over him, and then it has you pull the fucking trigger.
Yeah.
To like kill your friend, and then as soon as you do, that just fades to black.
His dick was out too in that scene. I just have to throw that out there.
Was his dick really?
Yeah,
out?
there's 2 instances of dicks being in this thing. You see Lord Hastings' dick, and you see your friend's dick.
And did you also see your own dick
Did you?
afterwards?
Did you then
you
turn to him and say you're peeking, and then blow his fucking brains out? Hey, you're peeking.
So male nudity
Thou art.
is in the game,
Yeah.
but female nudity is not in the game.
That is just bullshit, man. God, there needs to be equality in video games. I'm saying it right here. There needs to be equality in video games.
Oh wow.
Well, it had dick that's fan service
It
for some
appeals to the
people.
female
Wait, I'm
fantasy.
sorry.
It
Say
appeals
this
to the
again
female fantasy.
I said there
in a
needs
complete way.
there needs to be equality.
Oh, equality.
video
I
games.
thought you said equality.
Yeah, I thought you said that too. I was like,
There needs to be equality in video games. I'm like, what the fuck are
What are you
you
saying?
talking about?
apparently Caleb means tits equals quality.
Yeah,
That's why he watches
it's
Game of
equality.
Thrones.
We need a quality game. Like,
Yeah.
tits.
this is the best looking game I've ever seen. We need equality.
Well,
in a
there's
video game.
honestly, like, in most media, female nudity is more prevalent than male nudity.
Yeah, I know.
Not male toplessness per se, say, but in our culture, like
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of man ass in the last few
I have
years.
seen a lot of man,
and I'm like, oh, when I see a movie and I see partial nudity in there, I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting.
But
And then
everybody has an ass though, so I feel like that shouldn't even be qualified as movie.
Oh,
as nudity.
okay. I thought you were saying like it's not that bad to see because everybody has an ass, right?
But it's really vag to penis ratio, and I actually think we see more penises than vages.
Oh, we definitely do.
We see a lot more boobs than penises, though.
That's true.
Yeah, the boob to penis ratio is a little heavy,
But I wouldn't call those equal.
I would almost say we see more man ass. No, maybe not more man ass than boobs. There's a lot of boobs in movies. All right.
What about in video games? Not too much man ass.
No, but there is this. Oh man, there's a scene in Grand Theft Auto 5 where
Grand Theft Auto Solid,
where you've got Grand Theft Auto Solid 5,
Grand Theft Auto
Snake Eater.
Stroke my solid 5.
There's a part where you're playing as the crazy balding guy, and he's like talking to his brother, and he's like his brother is super freaking out because he's got this girlfriend that he doesn't want to leave, and he's like, man, I can't leave her. He's like, why? And he's like, my pecker's real small. He's like, she's the only one that'll take me. And then he pulls his pants down, and he's like, see? He's like, look, it's not about what you have, it's how you use it, all right? And then like it has like all these images and like these phallic images in front of his crotch instead.
Oh man, that reminds me.
And then there's a part where like he leans down to pull his pants up, and his sack just like drifts onto the screen. You just fucking see his junk, and I laughed for like ever at that. It was because it was like going to great lengths to cover it.
Oh,
and
man.
then he bends down, and his fucking sack just droops in. It was so golden.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Cameron
fucking
did just
God.
admit quietly that he had a 5-inch penis,
No, I said,
which is twice the size.
I said,
of Craig's,
stroke
so let's be fair
stroke
here.
my solid 5.
I guess 5 of it is just solid.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
not
the
enough.
rest
There's
of it's
not
limp.
enough. Yeah, there's not enough blood in his
Blood's
body to
like-
fill in that fucking creature.
Oh man! And then I found a god, a deity worthy of Joe's worship.
Oh yeah.
It is the I have to look up its name again. It is the magic phallus. I can't remember. It's the deity phallus, and all it is just a fucking penis that the Romans worshipped, and they would like make these penis like pendants for kids to wear to ward off the evil eye.
There's a lot of penises in Roman artwork.
Yeah, like a lot of penises, and so I found you a god. I need to give you an effigy that you could pray to.
A god worth worshiping.
I saw like some
Take,
History
Caleb's
Channel
yellow
documentary.
candle.
Saw some History Channel documentary where they were going through Pompeii. There was like a
Yeah,
brothel.
Pompeii. Yeah,
like
it's
there
in
was
Pompeii.
huge
Yeah.
like, mural of just dicks.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, this is on television.
Yeah, there's like people caught in the act in Pompeii.
Yeah, it's Fascinus is the
They're
name
like
of your
nuts
god.
deep. The dude's like nuts deep with a goblet up to his mouth, like just fucking flash fried.
Got his O face on.
Yeah.
In ancient Roman religion and magic, the Fascinus or Fascinum was the embodiment of the divine phallus.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
That's your god.
Yeah, that kind of looks like me.
You look like a dick. They fucking make bronze penises and make kids wear them.
That is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, the kids wore the penis to ward off the evil eye.
What is the evil eye?
I'm thinking
Is
it's
it just
lazy
like
eye.
a
I'm
penis
I'm
from
thinking-
like
I'm
straight
thinking it's
up?
like
No,
lazy eye.
it's the evil money shot eye.
It wards it off.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking
It
the evil
shields
eye
the-
is lazy
It's
eye
a
or
real
something
boner
like that. but
killer.
yeah.
Yeah, it shields the eye. Like when the seed hits, it just like reflects because of the
Look at my
boner-
bronzed shaft.
because of the boner pin.
So there's a phallus thing in Order 1886? Or?
No.
I'm
No,
sorry.
you see two phalluses in the game.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Gameplay. How does this game play? I heard
are
a
we
lot
doing-
of active time events or whatever, like reactionary cutscene sort of events.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like an action third person action game, but it's more
a
like
third person cover based shooter.
yeah. and So it's kind of like
Get it
Gears
right.
of War.
It's very Gears of War esque, and a lot of the gameplay, when you can fucking control your character, it's you run to cover and then you can shoot from cover, like you're just holding your gun over the top and shoot like without peeking, or you can aim down your sights and kill people. Certain things are really cool with certain weapons you get to use are really awesome because Nikola Tesla makes the weapons for you. And then you stay in a spot, you kill all the enemies in one spot, move to the next spot, kill all the enemies in that spot. So it's not like you're running running as fast as you can to get from one place to the other. It's like, no, kill all the enemies here and they keep coming in a wave. Okay, they're all done now.
It's
go
like
to the
an
next
arcade
area.
game almost.
Kind of, but not. It's just you were hiding behind cover until everyone's dead, and everyone's dead, you move to the next spot.
I will say it looks a ton like Gears of War, though, which is awesome because I thought Gears of War was more fun than Halo. Time.
And so the weapon variety is great. It has a good weapon variety, and
Take that back, you piece of shit.
it plays like Gears of War. Sometimes the cover mechanic is kind of annoying. When it's like when you're trying to sneak around a corner to kill someone, all of a sudden he's like, "No, I'm going to hug up against this wall real fast." You're like, "Fuck you! I didn't want you to hug up against the wall."
Yeah, I do remember some issues with that. It's not, the gameplay isn't exactly fleshed out like it should have been before it was released. It was very
really bad.
Well, the pacing is fine for certain fights, but it just it was the same fight pretty much every time. Except for like a certain part where you go to like a garden and you have to kill dudes.
There's a silent mission required in every fucking shooter you play.
Silent but deadly.
And then the first part of the game, it starts out so slow. It's like you finally break free out of the prison, you're shambling along, and then you get to this part where it's like you do a flashback back to the past to how you got to that point, and it's like, oh, now let's take a moment to look at this awesome city. Okay, now go look at our art. Okay, good. You found what we wanted you to see. Perfect. Now you can walk through this house.
It was a lot of a walking simulator.
And then you could walk slowly through this house. Oh, look, there's something you can pick up. A random photo has nothing to do with the game. Just go fucking pick up that photo, look at it for a second, turn it around, put it back down, and then continue to gently walk down the stairs. And then you're outside. Oh, we're still walking. Okay,
Sounds
now
like
you
heavy
can
rain.
run. Now it is time for you to run. And then it's like, oh, look at this new weapon. And it's like, and you pick up the weapon, and it forces you to turn it around in your hands for 10 seconds before it's like, okay, you're done. You've looked at our art.
Yeah, the
game is a beautiful game, and they shove that down your throat.
Yeah, you know how most games you have an unlock thing. If you do certain things within the game, like challenges, you can unlock artwork in the menu. This game is the menu, as far as I can tell.
It forces you to appreciate its art. It's
our
beautiful
designers
art.
are the directors. They're like, fuck it, man. This is our game. You want to see the shotgun? You want to use the shotgun? You got to look at the shotgun.
And then you
This
get
angle,
to
look down the barrel. Look at this part.
And then you're fighting
beautiful.
the rebels, and like we said, it's repetitive combat. And you're like, I can't wait to fight some werewolves. You only fight them. You fight normal werewolves 3 times in the game, and you fight the elder werewolves 2 times in the game. So when you're fighting a werewolf, you're expecting to be this crazy, insane thing. No, it's just like the werewolf's off in the distance, and it starts running at you, and you can shoot it as it's running at you. And then when it gets close enough, there's a little X that pops up. You hit X to dodge its attack. It turns around and runs away. And you can shoot it the whole time it's running away, and then it turns back around and runs back at you. The same fucking thing over and over. It's running and then turns around. It's running and then turns around. And then when you're fighting the epic werewolf, like you saw in the trailer, I can smell your blood. All of that fight is a fucking quick time event.
Oh,
that whole
true.
boss fight is press R2 to do a heavy attack, and then when in the on-screen prompt does, you can dodge the guy's attack, and it's just a fucking quick time event for their bosses.
Oh man, I want to make you play Resident Evil 4.
It's stupid. It's just like, show your true form, and he turns into this fucking mega werewolf, and you're expecting this amazing fight, and you're like going to be dodging stuff. No, it's a quick time event.
Well, the quick time event for those I didn't actually mind because...
But they were supposed to be the epic bosses. Where's the epic boss fight?
There was an epic boss fight. Just because you're pressing the buttons to do stuff means you're fighting the boss instead of just sitting there just shooting at him.
There's an epic boss fight, and then there is just a average boss fight, a quick time boss fight.
It was there for the epicness of the fight.
I wanted to be able to Gears of War boss fight. Since this game felt like Gears of War, I wanted it to be a fucking I'm taking cover behind stuff. I'm shooting rockets and stuff at the guy, the grenade launcher. They have some awesome weapons, but you don't use them against the bosses because every fucking time you fight a boss, it's a knife fight, quick time event.
Hell yeah.
I would like to be able to have regular fights with bosses, but I really don't mind the quick time events. In fact, the last fight of Uncharted was a quick time event.
I haven't played Uncharted. I hate boss fights.
You shoot him a couple times, and then it's a quick time. Like, that's it.
Yeah, you should definitely play Resident Evil 4. It's only during the boss fights for those that... never mind, that's a lie. There's a lot of them.
And then, like I said, it's a 6-hour game, and then 2 hours of it is cutscene. It's interactive cutscenes where you're like, it's like, okay, now press this button to initiate this next part of the cutscene. And then I keep saying the real emotional event at the end of the thing. It's that I think was okay to be a interactive QuickTime event for killing your friend. But in other places, it's just like they shove so many QuickTime events in this game. Hold triangle to do this. Now press X to do that. Now wiggle the stick to do this. It's just they've made all these cutscenes to show off their amazing looking game. Like, we're talking insane level details. As you're rappelling down the side of a Zeppelin, your boots are like actually folding the fabric underneath your foot. It's amazing attention to detail. But it's just a fucking cutscene that you can now take a little bit of a part in.
You would absolutely hate... I'm just going to keep bringing up all sorts of games that you hate. You would hate The Walking Dead.
Yeah, those Telltale games, and probably the Game of Thrones ones too.
Yeah, where you don't actually play, kind of. You just sort of watch it take place occasionally.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. I felt like that I was taking part in like a TV show or a movie.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
You shouldn't play God of War then. Because
I loved God of War.
God of
Chains
War,
of Olympus.
Dude, that's entirely cutscene, like a quick time. Yeah, dude. Like, as soon as you beat down a boss, you gotta do
the main bosses are
gotta,
cutscenes, but at least their cutscenes were like huge, where like you're the QuickTime events where you're up on top of it, you're flying through the air, it's all over the place. But these werewolf fights were just like turning in a little circle on the ground. It wasn't epic at all. Whereas you can say Chains of Olympus is pretty fucking epic with their
fight fucking minotaurs in God of War. You beat them down, and then you gotta press O on them, and then you gotta like spin the stick a little bit, and then you gotta press O again. Same with the fucking Gorgons. You gotta press X at a certain time. You gotta press X again to cut off its head. It's all quick time events.
That's only if you're crappy and you need to farm health from the Minotaur. If you're good at the game, you could just kill them and get more red orbs.
The quickest way is to do the insta-kill.
It is the quicker way, but you get less orbs.
So see, there is a choice, Caleb.
There is,
no fucking
and it's
choice
a tactical advantage at times. So, like, you get health back from doing certain things.
Man,
it's better to just insta-kill it so it doesn't fuck you later.
Nothing fucks me in God of War.
What do you give gameplay?
I'm going to give gameplay for this game a solid 5 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Crunch.
That is a fail.
Yeah, I would give it a 6. Like, it's basically a standard shooter.
You were oh my god, you were defending it so much. You gave it one more point.
Caleb is a ball of clay.
No, dude, like it does have its problems, but I'm just saying that like Cam is bitching about like having QuickTime events in the game.
No, the whole fucking game is QuickTime events.
I don't mind having QuickTime events. What the big problem is for the gameplay isn't the QuickTime events.
It's the repetitive events where you actually do get to control your character.
Yeah,
they're repetitive.
It's the problems with kind of like in 15, how you had problems where if you press X, it's the same thing as select and jump, so you jump 1,000 times before you actually pick it. That's kind of what was going on.
Why do you got to bring
in
that
the game? In order to like try to jump onto something, you got to like triple tap the fucking X button to get up there.
And the only really challenging encounter of those repetitive encounters was the one when you're in the catacombs and you go into this one room, and the only reason it's challenging is because they send a lot of enemies out instead of just a few at a time. And that was the only challenging one because they just fucking, here you go. Here's like 60 guys coming at you.
Yeah, and then you will go into cover when you don't want to be in cover, which slows you down,
so
and like that really kind of fucks you at parts.
That's kind of funny because in Gears of War, the cover like speeds you up. If you press the button to go to the cover, you like super fast go to the cover.
Way quick.
You can move super fast towards cover, but it's when you're trying to sneak in the sneaking mission, when you're trying to sneak behind a guy, but you dive for the fucking cover instead, and the guy's like, what was that? Oh, I'm going to shoot you now. It gets kind of frustrating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember that in Gears of War, you'll be running, and like you hit the cover button, and he'll like morph almost. He's like goes warp speed, hits the cover, you jump the cover,
Warp
and then you
speed
do the same thing,
Yeah.
and you just fucking tear through the map.
Yeah, but for the gameplay of this game, it's just a pretty standard shooter that had problems with like the movement and the controls with going in and out of the cover. But it could have been. It just feels like it's an underdeveloped shooter where like they could have added more stuff to it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And then they didn't.
Yeah,
All right.
It feels like a product testing or a product teaser of what's going to come.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to like set it apart from any other shooter of its genre.
Yep.
Art and design.
Okay, that's where
That's
it
where
really
this
Art
game-
design.
This is where it excels.
Yes.
This is like I said, I think the only game I've played so far on the PS4 that can compete with it is Doom.
Yeah, it is quite possibly, and I do think that it is the best looking game on PS4 right now. I was looking at other people's reviews for this game, and basically everybody was like, it's worth the play through just to like see the graphics and everything.
If you pick it up for $5 like I did, then yes, this game is worth every dollar.
$1 an hour.
See, I bought it for $20, and I'd say it's probably even worth that. So
I would say
normal.
$20 would be a good price if you're feeling a little,
You're talking about
high
the price
spender.
of the art. So it's a beautiful game. I was looking at the trailer. Is it like a steampunky sort of thing?
Yeah.
Like what's going on here?
Yeah, so basically it has it's an alternate London where it like right after the Industrial Revolution they had like they
which
have
they still
engineers
had despite King Arthur and his knights.
That's a different thing, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
So like their engineers are like way
So
beyond
salty about
their years for where they should be. And they have like they made technologies like thermal imaging, wireless communication.
Yeah, they have radio wireless communication. And James Bond, what is the inventor armory dude? What do they call him?
Q.
Yeah, Q. So Nikola Tesla is the order's Q.
What?
Oh, you're saying he's like a Q. He's not actually called Q.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nikola Tesla is down in the basement making all these marvelous inventions for the order to use.
Yeah.
And he's in the catacombs too.
Oh, and there was an
James Bond.
awesome part that I remember where he was bitching about Edison.
Yeah, there's a
Nice.
part where he fucking hates Edison. Yeah.
He's like, Edison's a fucking dick or something
Yeah, he
like
says
that.
exactly like that in his Croatian accent.
Fucking stealing all my work. Scab.
He's like, yeah, he creates these inventions to like
Edison,
overload
in his
stuff.
own way,
yeah.
is a genius.
You're just saying that because he made film.
Okay, yes, he did. If it weren't for Edison, I mean, the Lumiere brothers invented something pretty similar in France, but they weren't connected. But if it weren't for Edison, there wouldn't be movies. So fuck y'all and your Tesla bullshit.
And Tesla makes these awesome guns. Like there's this electric lance that you charge it up real fast and it just shoots this bolt out that zaps people and immediately kills them. Then their main go-to weapon, I think it's something Falchion. It's like a BAR that you would think it would look like, but it also has like this sonic boom thing that it can do to like confuse enemies for a second, which is great against the shotgunners. Mm-hmm. And then Nikola Tesla also makes you like a fucking silent sniper that you use later in the game. And there's lots of airships in the game too, like fucking fancy airships.
Yeah, they make blimps and all that stuff.
What is the love for steampunk? What is?
I don't know. I did not play a lot of BioShock because of the steampunkiness of some
Dude,
certain
BioShock
things.
is fucking amazing.
Like the latest one,
wouldn't call
the one
that
that
a
was up in the
steampunk.
air.
Oh,
Infinite?
Yeah.
Dude,
Infinite's totally
Infinite's
steampunk.
probably the best one.
I don't play it because I'm not into that steampunk thing.
Infinite's
but-
fantastic. It is the best one, I'd say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one, but goddamn Infinite, dude.
They tailored the gameplay in that thing perfectly. It's like flawless. It's amazing.
I should then probably play it sometime.
Yeah.
I'm only familiar with it because of I know FF6. People say that one's steampunk.
Yeah.
And then that one movie that you made me watch, Steam Boy.
Yeah, good old Steam Boy.
Not that great of a movie.
Certain people, they get into like alternate universes where this is where advancement stopped, was at the Steam version when we were using Steam power. And it's kind of an interesting idea just to see like what would develop if technology didn't just keep pounding forward the way it does in real life.
Well, for this one,
people just like valves, I guess. Little valves, like, you know, it's like, yes.
For this
Pressure
one, it's
valve.
not really like they don't have a lot of steam. More like everything is like based off electricity.
Everything is electric. So it's not steampunk in that sense. Everything's just electric.
It's just
powered.
It's
so
just
it's like it's 1886, but like certain
more modern.
technology became
Yeah.
modern quicker than others, and so yeah.
So they did a different tech tree than
yeah.
normal society.
It's
in their
like
Civ
they
5
went
game.
down. Yeah, they went down electricity like pretty early.
So it's not a what is that werewolf movie? Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Prequel. It's a Civ
not
5 sequel.
It's Civ 5. Well, it could be taking place during Civ 5.
Okay.
It could be one of our cities right now.
Okay, all right. It's one of our cities in Civ 5.
But the art is very good.
Oh man, it's a gorgeous game.
Like you. Every window has like amazing like reflections,
stuff
and the
with,
water
like-
looks really fucking.
They've done
good.
something with the light in that
Always with the
game.
water.
They've
Dude,
done
the
something
water.
with the light in that game that just makes
Yeah, the
shadows
lighting
and
is-
light just a perfect thing. And then to get to a point, it's like if you walk up in the middle of the night, you walk up to this lamppost and it's raining, and you see this like the water trickling down just like normal with an actual flame inside the lamppost, and it's like the attention to detail is insane.
And there's like condensation
I
and
almost-
shit.
I forgot
and,
the story.
The droplets.
I'm not going to bring it up. It's going to take us off track.
Well, no, just go ahead.
Well, Lord Hastings, he's a vampire, right?
Yeah.
And the story ties him in to be Jack the Ripper because he's out there feeding
they
on
did
women.
that.
He needs to feed, and so they made him Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
They said that they covered it like he's the Jack the Ripper, and they covered up the like with making Jack the Ripper later on or something, because like the actual Jack the Ripper case like was in 1888
Oh, okay.
instead of 86, and so they were just like,
So wait, they were fine having Darwin back from the dead.
They also had
They gave him a few extra years.
King Arthur and his knights.
King
so-
Arthur isn't there anymore. No, and the OG knights are all dead.
yeah.
Either way. But still. Art design out of 10.
10.
I would give
Easily.
it for its time. Then there's nothing else that really compares to it besides Doom. So if you're setting the bar at 10, I was going to say 9. I mean, because there's always room for improvement.
Well,
Jesus, Cameron.
All right,
you
10
can't
out of
just
10.
give a game less because like it could be better.
Art and
of course
design.
it's going to be better
Art and
later.
design. The game is well put together. 10 out of 10.
All right.
Sound and music.
So this is another thing. This game got pretty close to perfect. Like the voice acting in this game is incredible. They got good voice actors, and they have
for a game.
and they have the well or orchestrated music or well put together music for this game. And the sounds for the guns, the different weapons used are just there's a wide variety, and they're spot on.
It's true. Like the voice acting is really fucking good. The sound like matches everything really well. Like every single gun has a different like firing thing depending on what it is, instead of just sounding like a normal gun would just shoot.
There was never a moment where I'm like, this sounds fucking stupid. So listen to the voice acting part of it. And there was never like there was a point at the beginning where they were like teasing each other that I didn't like too much. But other than that, the voice acting was really good.
All right. That's good.
So what do you give sound and music out of 2? Or out of 10?
Out of 2.
Out of
Out of
2,
2.
huh?
Give it a 2.
I think I'd give it a 9.
That was exactly what I was going to say. 9 out of 10 for sound and music.
awesome. Replayability. Will you ever play this game again? And should you ever play this game again?
Yeah, does it have
Is there
that
any
pull?
reason to give this game another play?
The only reason that I could really think of to give it like a second playthrough is if you're really nostalgic for it, or you just want the platinum. So the replayability for this
I was gonna say
game
that.
is really low.
I was going to say if I wanted another platinum, this would be the game to do it on because it'd be super easy. But replayability for me, I'm going to give it a 2.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's Woo!
I'm giving this game a replayability of 2 because I don't want to put it back on. It was a great story, a
It's
great
gotta
moment
be one
to
of the
enjoy.
lowest scores.
But I'm giving it
Yeah.
a 2.
I don't know.
I would give it a 3 for replayability.
Caleb.
Because I feel like I would play it in the future, but only maybe to get the plat. I really did enjoy the story, and if anything, I would just rather hope for a sequel than to play it again. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we got our scores. Overall thoughts for the game before we add it all together.
For me, it's a great concept. I want to like this game, but I just can't because it just feels like it's the prologue to a great story, not the great story itself. So that's why I can't pick it up again because I'm frustrated about it. It's just not going the distance. I can't do it.
Yeah, it definitely kind of left itself open for that. Like the gameplay isn't where it should have been for like a shooter of this type, and they didn't add anything to get more replayability. There's no online extra collectibles, anything to like even side quest shit to even.
Hold on, there's a fucking thing playing right now.
What's happening? Oh, shit, sorry. I forgot Metacritic plays ads. Sorry, guys. Fuck.
What?
Yeah, I look up
man.
the Metacritic score to kind of see where our ranking compares, and of course they play their fucking ads because they need to pay for their shit site.
You know, you don't have to actually click into Metacritic to see their rating.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. It displays, if you Google the game itself, it displays it on Google.
It does. All right, fine. Anyway, there's not really any like side quest things. It is a very linear game and story.
Linear?
Just Google The Order 1886.
Yeah, it is.
Just by itself. And then right there, it's going to show you the Metacritic, the IGN.
You're right. Okay. So the Wikipedia shows it. That's what this is. This is
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, there's no really any side stuff for it. But I would definitely say it's at least one playthrough.
There's no reason to even do their extra stuff, like the look at the stuff, besides getting a trophy. It has
There
no,
is
there's no
there is
pertinence
a trophy
to the game.
to look at everything. That
Yeah,
you
it
pick
does
up.
not add
That's
anything to your
fucking
game. It doesn't give you like anything else that you can use.
That's the claim of, hey, it'll take you 10 hours to do everything, including look at every piece of everything you pick up.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
All right. Well, we have our scores added up. You want to recap for us?
Yeah, so story category, Craig gave it a 7, Cameron gave it an 8. Gameplay, we have 6 for Craig, 5 for Cameron. Art design, 10 across the boards. The board, Jesus, I'm tired. Sound and music, both of them gave it a 9. Replayability, Craig gave it a 3, Cameron gave it a 2. That's a total of 35 out of 50 for Craig, 34 out of 50 for Cameron. The Nude Clan official rating for The Order 1886, 69 out of 100. Everybody loves 69, right?
We all love 69.
Maybe
Okay.
one of our lowest
all right.
scores.
Yeah, it's not not
I can't
high.
help if it feels like half of a game or a concept of a game.
I feel like this is the third worst rated game, I think, because I think Destroy All Humans was a 60.
yeah.
And I don't remember anything worse than Destroy All Humans except for Armored Core, which
That's like in the 30s.
I don't even think, when I think Destroy All Humans, it's kind of like by itself in this like kind of crappy range, but then there's like really low and then there's good. So I don't even think of Armored Core.
So what was the Metacritic on this one?
It was it looked like it was
69 is a C minus,
63.
right?
Oh, so Metacritic gave it a 63? Okay.
So we gave
69
it
would be a
6
D.
more percent.
We always seem to be close to the Metacritic score.
Yeah.
70 C minus.
Is it down to 70 a C minus, or is it like 65 and up?
65 to 69 is like a D plus.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a D plus.
Yeah. You almost passed. Order. You almost passed. D's don't get degrees though. D's get fucked.
A C. It's a C minus average. Gets a degree.
Ah, Jesus.
So
All right.
you can, in fact, pass
All right, so you can make
with
another
a couple
game.
of your classes being in a D.
They can make another game then, but
There
just
you go.
barely. They're almost not allowed to anymore. You're gonna get removed from the program if they keep this shit up. Yeah, we are pretty close normally to the Metacritic score, I feel, which is good. sometimes we're way more brutal, sometimes we're not brutal enough, depending on the game. So.
Yeah.
This one, it was supposed to be a big deal. I feel like...
I think that's part of it, the hype, and then it ended up flopping the way it did.
Yeah.
It's kind of like No Man's Sky, except that game would get low ratings. Low.
Yeah, that there is a certain amount of hype that's built. I mean, this game is supposed to be one of the best looking games ever. You know, that's what it was marketed as.
Yeah.
And it needs to be fun.
And it hits that mark. What it doesn't hit is having a great game.
Well, yeah, you need to have something to draw you in, something to keep you going, especially if there's going to be no multiplayer to a shooter, which is kind of a risky move. Not that I think everything needs a fucking multiplayer, because BioShock 2 does not need a fucking multiplayer, okay?
No.
What you should do real fast is like look up Fighting the Werewolf. We can do it off the show if you want to, but on YouTube, look up the werewolf fight in Order 1886, and it's just not fulfilling. Like, I'm fighting these rebels. I'm like, oh, we're going to go in this building. There's werewolves everywhere. It's going to be amazing. No, not really.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our review of The Order 1886. Do we have nominations for our next game?
We do. We do have 4 nominations. This is for Caleb Schweiss, myself, and Caleb Craig, the very large man to the opposite of me. Our nominees for next time are going to be Siphon Filter.
What? Again?
Yes.
Yeah, he's decided that he wants to play it bad enough that he's got to force me to play it.
You know, the funny part about me nominating Siphon Filter this time is my second one is even better, and it's probably going to win. I don't want to say...
Don't say it, dude.
I won't say it. All right, so my first one, Siphon Filter. Caleb Craig wants to play the new Hitman. Mm-hmm. Caleb Craig also wants to play Armello. What is that exactly?
It's one of the free games that came out a few months ago. It's kind of like Civ, but like a smaller version of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to pick a game that's super ambiguous sounding.
It's a strategy
No
game.
end.
That's what it is. But
That's all right.
It has a central story.
Oh,
though.
does it really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes it easier at least. I won't feel like I'm jipping it. If there's no story, I'd feel like how many hours makes up for a lack of story game. And my final nominee, just for you, Craig, Parasite Eve 2.
Oh my god.
I'll be right there with you, buddy. I fucking hated it myself.
Thank you for not nominating that with me.
I was thinking about it. I was like, man, do I want to do this to Craig or Joe? And I'm like, okay, Joe didn't like 1, but I know Craig does not like 2. And because of that, I had to go with you, man.
You're giving me 2 options that I really don't want to touch.
Dude, Siphon Filter is a great game. Parasite Eve 2 is not, but I bet you I'm going to rally the Ultima listeners and we're going to get Parasite Eve 2.
Oh, come on.
We're going to get Parasite Eve 2 played.
Let it be
Don't be
natural.
dicks, guys. Don't be dicks.
Well, I mean, and then we can move on to Third Birthday with Cameron. Cameron and I will do Parasite Eve 3.
Cam will play the 3rd game in the series that he hasn't played the other 2.
What the fuck is happening here? What?
I don't understand any
All I
of
remember
this.
is the Schweiss baby.
Yeah. He's not even in here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember.
So you liked that fake PlayStation game I made you?
Yeah, that I did laugh for a good time when I saw that. So I was expecting just
Tweeted that out immediately.
just the face, but no, it was good.
Well, I kept the face on the desktop for you, but
Yeah, no, the full product.
I mean, dude, trying to get like a real picture to look like a PlayStation game was not easy. And I don't know if I did that good of a job.
How did you find that fucking picture with him in the Playboy bunny suit with his
It was on his
chest hanging out?
Facebook.
It's gone now, though. Strangely, it has disappeared. A certain someone may have untagged himself.
Oh, did you just tag yourself in a day ago?
As soon as he found it,
Yeah.
I think he untagged himself.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I unblocked that person. Let's remove that tag.
Oh, that's a good picture.
Let's get rid of this.
It is pretty classy.
Oh,
Anyway.
man. The nipple twister.
Yeah, she went for it too.
I was bruised, man.
Yeah.
The purple
No,
nurple.
that was a great image to walk home to and like open up and like on my desktop just sitting there. As
Oh, I left it there for you. I just-
It was
I could,
pretty.
and then we could all imagine you just sitting here laughing about it the whole time, just all alone laughing up a storm. creating this creature.
We particularly enjoyed the tagline of "He will fuck your puss face."
Yeah, that part was pretty great. Yeah.
Caleb's tagline.
Yeah.
Stick with them.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go on to nudeclan.net. That's where you can find everything, including our Patreon links, our Amazon link, which is working now. It wasn't working before. Found that out. And our PayPal link if you want to support the show. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGollier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
Yeah, be sure to go to the website and click on the episode to vote for our next game. And Facebook.com/NudeClan. Podcast spelled NEWD, and then Twitch.tv/NudeClan
And
as well.
we're going to start exporting some of our Let's Plays / us wasting time sucking at video games to YouTube. YouTube.com/NudeClan Podcast, I believe. You can find our reviews from Parasite Eve on. I'm going to start exporting everything to that, and then some gameplay, I think.
Okay. Well, we also have a Shogun
Yeah.
review.
Bonus.
A little bonus thing from a failed podcast.
Yeah,
A failed podcast.
Fail. Why do you say it like that?
Failed.
Why do you got to put emphasis?
Look, it was successful. It's a pseudo-successful podcast.
But believe it or not, there's 7 subscribers, and out of our 120 amazing views on this new channel, 117 of them are for the fucking Shogun review.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That
yeah.
thing's a hard-hitting motherfucker. Right there. Look at
I
that.
haven't even subscribed to that channel, so.
I'm pretty sure I have. Oh, I have. There, look. It's over there. Subscribe. Look at
There
that.
you go. Anyway.
Oh, wait. I'm not.
No, wait. You're logged in as Nude Clan. You don't subscribe. You see your own
Subscribe
channel.
to yourself. Oh, I got a notification.
Good job, me. Yeah, so check that out. You can get all of our live streams there. I'll probably use it, I don't know, depending on... If you guys want to export something, just go ahead and do it. I'll have to show you on Twitch. But
All right.
I don't know.
I mean, can't we export straight from PS4 to YouTube?
You can stream it to YouTube, but I prefer the Twitch channel because we've got a following there. And then we can pull it from Twitch to YouTube, and that's what I'm saying with the Let's Plays. I kind of want to have a different channel or a different folder in there just for like crazy game glitches that we run into. I know Craig's been having like a lot of that.
I've found a few, yeah.
I need to have that fucking thing in Battlefild 1 happen again. I need to go to the sneak mission and start throwing those fucking casings around so I can upload that clip of him just fucking shitting his pants.
Yeah. Dropping the gun.
I become missile.
Yeah, we need to capture all those great moments. So
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this week. I know 2 game reviews in a row. I'm missing getting fat, but we'll get to it
Eventually. Until then, enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
live always in the nude.
Fuck Caleb Craig.
Yeah!